Hello, welcome to Monster X Week. If this is the first video you're seeing, I'm releasing 4 videos this week to celebrate Monster X's 10-year anniversary. This video, I don't know which order it's going in, but this is my Changkyun vlog. So I went and saw Changkyun on tour last August. I went and saw Changkyun at 2 Texas stops last year for his solo tour. And overall, I had a really fun time. I think I was a little like, the Texas heat does something to you, especially when you spend like half the weekend outside in the Texas heat. It really does something to your brain. And so for whatever reason, I just have been putting off like editing this vlog and uploading it, and then I felt like the time had passed where I like could edit and upload this vlog. But since it's Monster X week, I'm gonna post it for you guys because I did have a lot of fun filming it. It was a really fun tour. It definitely was different for like a Monster X tour. Obviously, like the rest of the members weren't there, but I really loved hearing Changkyun's like solo music live and supporting his like solo tour because it was just so fun, and he looked like he was having such a great time. And yeah, my friend Mads is in this video. Her @ is MadsSunMerch. She mostly posts on TikTok, but she does have an Instagram with the same handle, so if you want to check her out there. So she's also in this video, so definitely check out Madison. She's going to be seeing Stray Kids with me in a couple of weeks. She's one of the people I'm seeing Stray Kids with in a couple of weeks, but yeah, I'm super excited. There's going to be already a video up, at least one video up on the main channel. I don't know exactly what order I'm doing these in. And then there's going to be one more vlog on this channel of my trip to Korea. I think I might post that before I post this. I do hope you guys enjoy this video. I had a really great time at Changkyun's tour, and yeah, we're gonna have Past Carolyn take it away because she was the one living through the Texas heat. Also, she forgot a tripod, so I apologize for the rocky intro because she did in fact forget a tripod. It was really bad. She did wait until the last minute. I don't know why I'm talking about myself in third person, but Past Carolyn did in fact wait until the last minute to pack for Changkyun's tour. So there was that. But anyways, I hope you enjoy this vlog. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Hello. I forgot a tripod, so this is how it's gonna work this trip, at least for a little bit. I am currently in Houston. I'm here for Monster X Changkyun's solo tour. I'm going to the tour with my friend Mads. I went to KCON with her last year, and she's currently en route to Houston. I got here a little earlier than her. Also, her flight got delayed. Mine also got delayed. It was kind of a stressful morning, but it is 5:30 Texas time, 6:30 Charlotte time today. It is so hot outside, actually. And so she's not getting here until at least 8 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock tonight. And I was just trying to decide what I wanted to do. On the plane, I was like, maybe I'll just have like a chill night in, like order some food, and just like, I started my semester again, my school semester. If you don't know, I'm getting my 2nd bachelor's degree. And so I'm in online school. I also work full time. So there's a cup sleeve event tonight. Because on the plane, I was like, oh, I'll just like chill out tonight. But there's a cup sleeve event tonight. And it's right by an H Mart, which is right by an Eve Pink. And I kind of want to go to all 3 of those things. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Very adventurous for me, honestly, and I'm exhausted. So I'm surprised that I'm like, let's go do things. But last time I was in Houston was for 17's last tour, and I was here for less than 24 hours, and I literally landed like an hour before sound check started. It was so stressful. So needless to say, I have very stress-filled memories of Houston. I have flown into Dallas a couple times too. Actually, I don't know which airport you would take to go to like Texas A&M, but my best friend from undergrad, my first undergrad, lived here for a while. She went to Texas A&M for vet school, and so she lived near there, and then her now husband like lived there, and so they had their wedding near here. So I've actually been to Houston or Dallas or Houston for that before. Texas people in the comments. Let me know what's closer to Texas A&M because I don't know. But whatever, I've flown into that airport for that before too. So anyways, I am gonna go. The cup sleeve event is from 5 to 8. Eve Pink is open until 7. And then I don't know how late the H Mart food court is open. I assume like it'll be open for a little bit, but I'm starving. So my thought is we go to Eve Pink, we get some food, And then we go get boba as dessert at the cupcake at the cup sleeve event that's across the street. And then we come back. And then Matt should be here. I go to concerts alone all the time, but I generally don't like doing things by myself in cities that I don't know. That's what we're gonna do, I think. So I think I'm gonna call an Uber. We're gonna go to downtown Houston. I don't think it's that far from here. I think it's bad because of traffic right now, but I don't think it's that far from here. I think it's like 10 miles or something. And then yeah, I can show you around the Airbnb. We got an Airbnb for Houston, and then in Dallas, Mads is gonna stay with her family and I'm gonna do a hotel. So let me give you a little tour of the Airbnb. Okay, so this is technically the back door of the Airbnb, but this is the door I came in because I couldn't figure out how to get the front door open. The code was not working. So anyways, this is the first bedroom. I just put my stuff over there because Mads was like, I might be getting in at like 10, 11 o'clock tonight. And I was like, well, it doesn't make sense because you like walk in the back door. It doesn't make sense for me to be in this room. So I was like, maybe she'll appreciate that also. Focus. So anyways, you come in here and kitchen, which is nice. The only thing that's in this fridge here is the water bottle I bought at the airport in Charlotte. So I put this in here just to be cool. And then there's only one bathroom, but yeah, bathroom. Oh my gosh, let me clean up. I'll clean this up before I go. I was like, I need to put more makeup on before I get on camera. Front door. Could not figure out how to get in this direction, so I will not be doing that. It's nice that I got a 2-bedroom. Originally we didn't have a 2-bedroom, but the other place we were gonna rent like flooded or something. There was like severe water damage, so they canceled our reservation. So we found this place kind of last minute, but it looks like the pictures online, which is always a good sign with Airbnbs. So that, I think, is what's going on right now. I'm gonna clean up my mess in case Mads gets here while I'm gone and is like, Carolyn, what the heck? What the heck, Carolyn? And then yeah, I think we're gonna head out. By we, I mean me, myself, and I, and Changkyun. But yeah, I've always wanted to go to Eve Pink. I think it's fun to explore other K-pop stores in other cities, especially because I now live in a city with multiple K-pop stores, and it's in the H Mart, like it's in the shopping center with H Mart. I'm not gonna change before I go. We're just doing shorts and a tank top. It feels like 111 outside. That's all we can do. This is all we're doing. I did self-tan though this morning, so I should look a little tanner tomorrow. If I look tanner tomorrow, it takes 24 hours to develop. Hi, I'm back and I'm wearing a different shirt because I bought a shirt at the cup sleeve and I was just trying it on while I was waiting for my food to cook. So, oh my gosh, it's so cute though. It is, I'll leave the shop's name like right here. I have been following their stuff for so long and I was so excited they were gonna be at the cup sleeve. Anyways, so it says Mon Bébé Coffee Honey Latte, which is like a play off of Juhan's name, you know, honey. Anyways, I went and spent a lot of money, but I did a lot of fun things. Also, my hair is so curly. I did not straighten it this morning. It's doing all sorts of things in this Texas heat. But basically, I went to Eve Pink. I got there like literally 10 minutes before they closed, and I almost wasn't gonna go in because I hate to be that person that walks in 10 minutes before closing, but the traffic was so bad. It was so bad. But I did go to Eve Pink. There were other people walking in right when I got there, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna do it. I have also like come across Eve Pink on my FYP and also like on Instagram, and you know, I'm in Texas. I gotta check out the Texas K-pop stores, right? So I went, and I live near so many K-pop stores. I really don't need to be buying anything, but when I saw they had this, I was like, I have to get it. They had a lot of really cute things though. I did film some B-roll while I was in there, but I bought Curtain Call, which is BAP's newest album. Technically they're not called BAP. They're called whatever. They're called like all of their names combined, all 4 of their names. But I had to buy this because BAP made a comeback after so long, and I was like, if I see this album, I'm gonna support it. Like, I used to collect Jungkook from BAP like a very long time ago, and I don't anymore, obviously, but I love BAP so much. As you guys know, I am a longtime K-pop fan. I've been a K-pop fan for literally too long at this point. But anyways, so Eve Pink also gives out a lot of like pre-order benefits, and they had Apple Music, so I got Jungkook's Apple Music card. I was so excited that they had him. They had 3 of the 4 members. I think they were missing Daehyun, and then I saw Youngjae as well, but I got Jungkook's card, which I'm excited about. It's so cute. Hopefully I pull Jungkook in this. I'm gonna keep it in my like little extra binder. I was like, you know what? I don't want to buy all 3. You know, sucked back into collecting BAP, but I did want to support this comeback because it was really exciting, and TS Entertainment made it very difficult for them to make a comeback. So anyway, so I did that, and then holding this is gonna get real annoying real fast this weekend. Then I went into H Mart because I was starving and I was gonna get something from the food court. This one didn't really have a huge food court though, and there weren't a lot of vegetarian options. So I bought this kimbap, which has been cooling down because I hate warm kimbap. But it's the fried tofu and burdak kimbap. So I got that. And then I also got a red bean bun because I love red bean buns. And I also got some dragon fruit because one thing about Asian grocery stores is their fruit is always so good. So I got some dragon fruit too. I was just eating this. Also, I bought this water at the Charlotte airport and I did not realize it was flavored. So then I walked over to the cup sleeve because the cup sleeve was like across the street and it was so cute. Oh, I haven't been to like a Monstex event in literally so long. So it was really fun to go to a Monstex event. I met the person who was hosting, but anyways, I was talking to her. She's also Wanawald. She's also Stan Monstex since debut. And she also went to Korea earlier this year and we had a lot to talk about. I was like, oh my gosh, we're like the same person. She was really cool. She has a VIP tomorrow, so I hope I see her there because I want to be her friend. Anyways, then she convinced me to buy the tier. She was like, we have this tier. And I was like, she showed me what's in it. And I was like, you know what? I will send you $12 for this. So I did. Here you go. That's her card. Anyways, so I bought the tier. So it comes with the cup sleeve. I drank my boba while I was there. It was so hot that I was like dying. So I drank it before I got in my Uber to come back, but it has the cup sleeve in it, which is so cute. And then it comes with a little photo card, also very cute, and a commemorative ticket, which is holographic. Hello? You can't really tell that it's holographic, but trust me, it is. It's holographic. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, very nice. Very excited to get that, and that is why I got this mostly because I was like, I want that commemorative ticket because we don't get physical tickets anymore. And then the tier also comes with a little scrunchie, which is cute. Also really cute, and it has Kyun's little heart. There's a flower on it, and it also comes with a banner for tomorrow, so I'm excited to bring this tomorrow to the concert. And oh, and then the shirt I'm wearing also. I went and I bought some things from there. I got this tote bag that says Mon Bebe Coffee Americano, which is cute, and it's red. I almost got the Changkyun one, but then I was like, you know what? I don't have a Monstex tote bag. I was literally thinking about it, and I was like, I'm gonna get a full group one. And then I bought this t-shirt that says, have a good Monday, and it has a little coffee cup. Hello. And then there's this green one as well that I bought. I bought this one last minute, but anyways, that was my little adventure this evening, which was fun. I am going to eat some dinner now because I'm absolutely starving. Literally in my Uber on the way to H Mart, my stomach was growling so loud. I was like, my Uber driver can 100% hear this. Mads also texted me while I was out, and she said that she's probably going to be here in like an hour. So fun. I was like, the front door, very difficult. Don't go through the front door. This footage is so so shaky. I will figure out how to fix this tomorrow. I apologize. It's also probably shaking because I'm hungry. So I'm gonna go eat. I'll see you later. Good morning. It's day one of Changkyun. Well, not really for his tour, but for us, it's day one. Yay! Matt's made it. She made it here. And yeah, we're getting ready for the tour. It's 11:30 in the morning. So this is a little bit late start to the day, but that's okay. The fit today, let me show you my fit today. Listen, I need to get some new concert fits because I feel like I show y'all the same outfits all the time, but it's okay because they're cute. This is the fit for today. You know, she's cute. She's giving mon bebe. We love it. And then I only brought one ring, so I decided to wear Changkyun's ring as like a necklace today because I also forgot to bring the necklace. I did a really bad job packing. I was gonna do things with my hair, but then I hated it, so we're just doing this for today. I'm just figuring out what photo cards I'm gonna bring. Bringing version 3 of the Mondungi. I was gonna decorate my version 2 for Changkyun, and then I decided that I want to save. I don't know. I just want to save this one to decorate for Kihyun next year, but I still wanted to use her because I feel like a lot of Mon Bebe are going to have it because it's the first opportunity we've had to use like the light stick. So I'm excited about that. We've been listening to Changkyun's albums this morning. I'm super excited to see him tonight. I think we're going to go to Walgreens and coffee and maybe food, maybe Chipotle, coffee, food, Walgreens. I don't know if there's people there yet. Hopefully not. We're an old fandom, so I'm praying. I'm praying everyone slept in this morning, and you know. But yeah, I'll be so sad if I lose this ring. Also, these hoops, I will have lost one by the end of the night because the clasps they're not doing their job. But anyways, I'll see you later.
Because I couldn't communicate with them.
Okay, it's time to go to the show. Kind of. It's 4 o'clock and they wanted us to be there early. But like, not this early necessarily. But yeah, we're ready to go. I'm excited. Also a little terrified because last time I was in Houston at a different venue with this bag, they yelled at me and told me I couldn't bring it in. But it's a concert approved bag, so like it's technically the correct measurements. Anyways, I'm excited. I hope I don't die in the Houston heat. Woo! Yeah, let's go. We're gonna be very demurtsy with it. We just filmed a TikTok. It was very good. Go check it out. It was very cute. Mimi.
The next day.
Oh man, I look crazy. So I'm in Dallas now. Hello, welcome to Dallas. We have a lot to catch up on, but let me give you a hotel tour first. I just got here like an hour. Well, I got to Dallas at like 11:30 this morning. It's 2 o'clock now, but yeah, been here for a little bit. Went to a cup sleeve event, which you just saw. Madison and I did, and then Madison's family lives here, so she went to go stay with them and spend time with them, and I just decided to get a hotel near the venue so that I can hopefully get over there early tomorrow and try to get us a good spot in line. Not that our spot yesterday was bad. I'll talk about it in a second. Let's do a hotel room tour real quick. Okay, so here's the front door. We have the little kitchen area, which I wasn't expecting this to come with like a fridge and a microwave. Like, it's got everything, and a dishwasher. Crazy. Bathroom area. I've stayed in a Home 2 Suites before in Charlotte, but it's been a while. We've got like the living room area here, and then TV, little desk area. I think I'm gonna sit up here for a little bit today because I'm so far behind on all of my work. And then bed area. So yeah. Okay, so so you've missed a lot of steps because yesterday was just like way too hot for me to really explain anything that was going on. Basically, we went over to the venue yesterday at around 12:30, and we like stopped and got coffee first in the morning, and we went over to the venue at 12:30, and there was a fan-made line happening for both VIP and GA. And so we went up to the line manager. She gave us our numbers. Mads was 70 and I was 71. So we got our numbers, and they were basically like, you can leave and come back, and we just want everybody back. Like, the venue staff wanted everybody back at 5:45, but the line leader was like, we're trying to have everybody back here by like 5 o'clock, just to like finalize the lines and everything and see if we can get in sooner, because it was like 110 degrees with like air quality yesterday. It was so bad. I was so hot. So yeah, Mads and I left. We went and got Chipotle for lunch. We both ate about like half of our Chipotle, and so it was good because we saved it for after the concert, which was good because I think I would have died if I hadn't done that. Anyways, then we went back to the Airbnb, kind of like freshened up a little bit because we had been walking around for a while, so we were both like exhausted, needing a moment. And then we went to this other K-pop store. K-pop store manager, he was really funny. I liked him a lot. But yeah, so we went and did that, and then we went to H Mart because we were trying to buy portable fans. So we bought portable fans. We didn't have time to charge them though, so they both died during the concert. But yeah, and then Mads and I were talking, and we were like, should we get there at 5 or should we get there sooner? And I was like, what if we get there at like 4:30? And so we planned to get there around 4:30. Went back to the hotel, dropped off the things that we bought at the K-pop store, and then walked back to the venue. We were within walking distance of our Airbnb, so that was really nice. So we walked back to the venue, we get there, and it's so hot out. It's literally so hot out. We get there, and I am already sweating. Like, I don't know how people sat out there most of the day. Like, it's just so incredibly hot. Like, it was just crazy. So the venue staff are walking around, and they're like we're planning on letting everybody in. This is a really, really hot venue. Normally it's usually pretty warm inside, and we're going to try to cool it down as much as possible. We'll have like water for you guys and popsicles and things just to keep everybody safe and cool and whatever. The venue staff were very, very nice for the most part. There was like one rude staff member that we kind of interacted with when we got inside, but for the most part everybody was really, really nice. We never did get popsicles. I just want to put that out there because a lot of people were upset about that. But anyway, so they let us in. They brought us to the rooftop because we were like outside, and so they honored the fan main line, which was really nice because like most of us had like left and come back throughout the day. So it was nice that they honored the fan main line. The majority of the people, the fans there, the Monbebe there, were very respectful of the line and the numbering and everything. And like it was a small venue, so like it was fine. Like I said, I ended up being 71. Mads was 70, but I'm hoping to get a little bit of a better number tomorrow, but I still ended up being like 4th row. So, and I'm tall, so like it was a good view. It was a great view. I just want to be like a tiny bit closer. Like I don't need to be barricade I mean, that'd be fine. I don't need to be barricade. Last time I was in Houston, they told me my bag was too big, even though it's like a stadium approved clear bag. They told me it was too big. And so I was so nervous about it today, or yesterday rather. We get inside and I, like I said, ended up being about fourth row, and I was like, this is fine. There was the girl at barricade, like in front of me, the person at barricade, like in front of me, like 3 rows in front of me, 4 rows in front of me, was one of the tallest people in that venue. But they were very, very nice, and I will get into that in a second. But basically, we're standing around for a long time. They're letting everybody in. I'm realizing pretty quickly that we're like squished in there. The venue staff are like starting to hand out water bottles, which was really nice, and I passed them back and I was like, I kind of want a water bottle, but we didn't get one. And so, you know, we do sound check and whatever, and Changkyun comes out and he looks so handsome. I was telling people, I was like, I've seen the monsters I've seen them a lot over the years. Like I literally see them all the time. Not all the time. I see them every time they tour. And I've seen them at least once a year, minus 2020, for the past however many years they've been touring. I think the first time they toured was like 2016 or 2017, whenever the Beautiful tour was. Anyways, my point is that I've seen them in person a lot of times, but every time I see them, I just think about how good looking they are. I just think about how good looking they are. Changkyun comes out, he does his like sound check. He does 3 songs for sound check, and then he's like, it's really hot out here. Like he just kept saying like it was really, and not in like oh, you guys are so hot, like it's so hot. He made that joke one time, but then after that he was like, no, it's like really hot in here. He's like, it's really warm in here. Anyways, so he goes back, and then we have like an hour-ish until the show at that point. And so people start leaving to go get merch or to get like drinks, but everyone was being like pretty protective of their spots. And so I was really afraid that if I left, first of all, I was like on the left side of the stage, like Changkyun's right, I guess, but I was on the left side of the stage. And so if I had left, like in order to get out, like there was no way to get out on the left side of the stage. You had to go out like on the right side of the stage. It would take me forever to get out and like get back. And so I was like fine for a bit because I was like, I don't care if I drink. Like I got a 21 plus wristband, but I was like, I literally don't care if I drink tonight. Like I just, whatever. I just want to have like a good spot. But I was concerned about, one, I was debating about merch, and I was like, I wonder if they'll sell merch at the end of the show. Like I'm kind of interested in it. And two, I started getting really thirsty. Like it was really hot in there. We had been outside for a very long time, and I was starting to feel not good, like not good. And so I'm talking to Mads, and I'm like, I really want to go get a water bottle. Like, do you think people will let me back in, like, if I leave? And she was like, didn't they have water up front? And I was like, I think it's all gone. And so we call up to, like, the barricade, and we're like, is there any more water up there, like, that you guys can pass back? And there was more water, which started a trend of everybody being like, oh my gosh, like, I would also like water. So there were a bunch of bottles of water, and then there was, like, cups, and then, like, a cooler to fill up the cups with water. So we were just like passing cups through. The barricade person, the really tall person, kept being like, who needs water? And people would like raise their hands, and we would pass water to them. Monbebe were very good about that. We had very minimal people passing out. There was one Monbebe, I don't want to talk about this too long, obviously, because it's not a good story, but I want to put it out there because venue safety is so important. And there should be a way to make these venues cooler, especially in Texas where it's 110 degrees outside and people sit outside all day long and they're not eating like they normally would, and they're not maybe drinking as much water, or they're sweating it all out, and so they just don't have as much, they're just not hydrated enough, you know. And we're all really close together, and we've all been outside for a long time, so we're all very warm. Anyways, we had one person pass out that was probably like 3 or 4 rows behind me, a little more towards like the center stage. They passed out. And then there was one person maybe 2 rows behind me who like, cause we like, it was right before the show started too. So I felt really bad. The band had just come on stage, Changkyun's band, and the person like passes out. And so a bunch of people like jump to help them. And they start yelling like, we need help over here. Like that somebody fainted. We need help. We need help. And so the person, like the venue staff that was like kind of near me, just kind of like watched it happened, and the band on stage were just like panicked, and we were just like, help, like we need help over here. And then finally somebody, a staff member, like jumped over. They were like between the stage and barricade, and they jumped over and like were able to get them out. But we were all so close in there that it was really hard for them to get them out. So it was really scary. It was really scary, and I hope that Monbebe is okay, because it sounds like it really hurt when she fell. And yeah, so anyways, and the show started like literally 10 minutes after that. And then there was another Monbebe who was two rows behind me, who at one point, like her eyes were closed and she looked really dizzy and like really disoriented. And so people around her were like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I felt her like bump into me. So I turned around and I was like, oh my God, are you okay? And she ended up being fine. She just like needed a minute. Yeah. So there was that. I'm grateful that those were the only two incidences that at least I heard about. Again, it was a pretty small venue. We were all pretty close together, but I feel like I didn't hear or see anybody else needing to be like given medical attention or anything. The second Monbebe didn't need to be given medical attention. I think somebody gave her like an Advil or something, and that helped. But anyways, there was that. The show itself was really great. I had a really, really good view for most of the stage, which I was really worried about because I'm a tall person, and so I'm not used to there really being people that are that much taller than me. But the person at barricade in front of me was really tall, but I was able to still see him like super, super well. And they like crouched down most of the time. And also I was just so grateful that they had been giving everybody water, like passing all the water back and stuff for like literally forever. So they could have stood up the whole time and I wouldn't have complained, because I'm pretty sure that water bottle like saved my life. Like we chugged a bunch of water outside. Somebody had bought a bunch of Gatorades and gave us a Gatorade, and Mads and I split one, and then we filled it up with water that they had outside and we drank all of that. But it was just so hot. Like I said, we were just all sweating everything out so quickly. But yeah, the show was really great. Changkyun was amazing. And I was not sure. I mean, I kind of know, like, I obviously know the Monsters. I listened to all of their music. I listened to Changkyun solo music. Like, I knew what to expect, but I was like, is it gonna, like, am I gonna miss the other members, you know? Like, it's weird, because I saw Shonu and Hyungwon last year, and that wasn't, like, you know, I did kind of miss the other members, but also Kihyun enlisted that same weekend, so, like, maybe that's why. But anyways, it was really good to see him. He was really great. Stage presence was amazing. He spoke in English the entire time. He did not have a translator, but he's pretty fluent in English, I would say, at this point, or he speaks English super well. He was able to communicate with us and like interact with the fans, and people were talking to him. He was talking back. So the show was like an hour and a half, I would say, and he did a really good job. Like I said, he was talking about at the end how he like was losing his breath because he was just so like so hot. Like it was just so hot up there, and he just kept being like, are you guys drinking water? Like, are you guys good? At one point he was like, it's hot up here, right? We were like, yes. I think that was during sound check. We were like, yeah, it's really hot down here, actually. The venue didn't like really know what to do with us for send off, which is just so annoying, because I bought these tickets back in like March, right? And it's August, and it's just like, you had all this time to figure out the best way to do send off. And yeah, I didn't know really what to expect for send off. I had seen that he was just doing like photos with everybody. I know that ATs did send off recently and they were like signing things, but I know at his earlier stops that his staff had said like, no signing things, just like, you know, say hello or like take a photo or whatever. I did end up taking a video because I was worried about a photo coming out weird or like blinking or something, and I was like, it's a video, I can like take a picture of it later. But yeah, so there was that. It was kind of funny because I was panicking. I was like, I don't know if I should go like this or go up. And so at the last minute I decided to go up. So I like said hi to Changkyun and I went up, and I think he was like confused by that. So confused him a little bit. But he, first of all, he gets so close to you, like so incredibly close. And they just didn't know what to do with us for send off. And so the Sony staff were walking around and they were talking Korean, and they were like, where are we gonna put these people? I don't like that they're pressed up against the bar here. Like there's not enough room right here for everybody to walk through safely. And so they had to move us. And so we had a really good spot. And then they came up to me and they were like, this person down from like this person to this person we're gonna move you. And I was like, I really hope that like they because one of my friends went to the Toronto show and she was like, yeah, he just didn't come over to our section. Like he didn't come over to me. And I was like, I really hope they know that we're like behind the bar back here. But yeah, he went around like, one of the Sony staff members like walked around with one of the security guards and he was like, this is the path we're gonna take. So that was really good. Changkyun walked really slowly and he said hi to everybody and took photos with everybody, and it was really, really interactive. And like I said, I've been to a lot of Monsta X concerts, but I've never experienced anything like that before. That was so like intimate. So yeah, all of his songs were live band versions. He had a band, and so they were all live band versions of his songs, and they were so good. And at one point he was like, you know, people have been telling me like, how am I supposed to go back to listening to the original versions of these songs because the live band versions are so good. And I was like, that, like, thinking about it, and I was like, that is absolutely true. Like I obviously I'm gonna see him again tomorrow, but like I don't know how I'm gonna go back to listening to the regular versions of these songs because the live band versions are so good, especially for like Busted and Me, Myself and I. Goddamn was so good. Loop band version was so good. Oh my gosh. I definitely feel like I learned a lot. Like I'm glad I'm going to a second show as well because I feel like I learned a lot from this first show and I know what to expect more for the second show. So anyways, then we went back to the hotel and we got back around like 11:30, and then we had like had leftover Chipotle, like food wise, and then we also both got drinks at Chipotle. We had leftover drinks from that, and then we had like leftover, we had gotten boba earlier in the day and hadn't finished it, so we had boba tea in the fridge, and we had like all these drinks, and I swear I just drank every ounce of liquid in the Airbnb that belonged to me, at least, because Mads and I both had like 4 like water bottle, iced tea, boba, like anyways, I drank so much liquid and I ate my Chipotle, and I'm so glad I had that leftover Chipotle because I was absolutely starving. Something about standing outside in the heat, you're not hungry when you're doing it, but the second you're back in like AC, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm absolutely ravenous. Anyways, then we went to bed. We were so sweaty and I was like, do I want to just shower when I get to Dallas? Like wash my hair when I get to Dallas, or wash my hair first thing in the morning? And I woke up at like 6 a.m. this morning and I was like, I absolutely need a shower like right now. And so I showered at 6 a.m. this morning and washed my hair, and I'm so glad I did because I felt so gross and awful this morning. So I just feel so much better now. And then I flew American from Charlotte to Houston, but for Houston to Dallas, Mads had booked Frontier, and I was like, I'll just be on the same Frontier flight as you. Frontier, the thing about Spirit and Frontier is I feel like, well, all airlines are a scam, but Spirit and Frontier are such a scam because when I took off in Charlotte, American Airlines, you can have up to 50 pounds for like a checked bag before they start charging you. For Frontier, it's only 40 pounds. And when I was in Charlotte, I weighed my bag and it was 41 pounds. And I had bought things while I was in Dallas. So I paid extra for my bag to be 41 to 50 pounds because I was like, it's probably somewhere in the mid 40s. It was 38 pounds. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. But yeah, they're just like super strict about everything, and it just like, it annoys me that how strict they are about everything. But anyways, it was like a $50 flight. Like, I'm not gonna complain about it. It's whatever. But anyways, we got here from Frontier, and I have an AirTag in my suitcase, and I thought Frontier lost my bag for a second because my AirTag wouldn't update when I landed, and usually it updates pretty quickly. Didn't update for like a good 20 minutes, and I was like, oh my gosh, is my bag in Houston still? Because I will literally freak out. Anyways, Mads' mom and grandma picked us up from the airport, and then they took us to the cup sleeve event, which was very nice of them. I'm very happy that they gave me a ride. I'm very grateful for that. And then from there, we went to the cup sleeve event, which was hosted by one of Madison's mutuals, and I ran into my friend Rachel there. And also, I had been talking to the cup sleeve person for Houston, and they knew each other. And anyways, so the cup sleeve person for today is going alone tomorrow. So we were like, oh, you can come line up with us. So I think my plan is I'm not doing anything else today. I'm exhausted from yesterday, and I just need to like do some work and like recoup this afternoon. I did have coffee at the airport and like a couple bites of a croissant this morning. So I do need to eat food at some point because I'm living off of mostly boba tea from the past 24 hours because we did go get tea at Share Tea. Anyways, then I took an Uber to my hotel and this is where we are now. I just got here. Been a busy past 24 hours. I'm definitely like, I'll probably talk about this more tomorrow too because or like Sunday or Monday, I guess, because I don't have to leave quite as early for my flight back to Charlotte, but as I did today. But yeah, I'm just feeling like it's just so like it's so weird. This military era has been so weird because obviously I have another else group, it's Stray Kids, and I also have been very invested in ZB1 recently, as I'm sure you've noticed. And I have my girl groups and whatever, but just something about seeing Monsta X live is just always gonna hit different for me. And I felt this way when I saw Shonu and Hyungwon last year too, because I was just like, is it gonna be weird not seeing the full group? And I was just at Changkyun's concert last night and I was like, I just love Monsta X in any shape or form that they want to present themselves to me. Like, I just love all 6 or 7 or whatever you consider of those boys so much. Like, I will just see them as 7 members. I've seen them as 7, I've seen them as 6, I've seen them as 5, I've seen them as 2, I've seen them as 1, just Changkyun, and I know they've done some things as 4 before. I don't think I've ever seen them as 4. That might be incorrect. Anyways, my point is that I just love Monsta X in any form, and I'm super grateful for them, and I'm super happy to be in Monbebe. And there were so many Monbebe yesterday. It just felt like part of me has been like hibernating during this military enlistment period. And I was like, I don't know if just seeing one member is gonna satisfy like that, but it definitely did. Like, Changkyun did so amazing. He is so incredibly talented. The fact that he sang, I was just listening to him sing yesterday and I was like, this literally sounds like the CD. And then he would stop singing and you'd be like, there is no backtrack. Like, there is no backtrack with him. It's just him. And obviously he didn't have as much like choreography. He did do like dances and stuff because obviously he's a K-pop idol. Like, he knows how to dance. But it wasn't as like much as usual for Monsta X shows. Though I'm happy because I think something bad would have happened. It was just too hot in there to be dancing for 3 hours. So at least he had times where he was just standing there or like walking back and forth and not like, you know, doing as much. But his vocals were insane. His rap was insane. He was insane. And then he's just such like a sweet person. Like, he was going around taking photos of everybody and he was moving super slow, like saying hi to every single person. And I was worried about Send Off just being like kind of quick, like walking through it, but he really took his time. He was there for a long time. Send Off was a very long time. So anyways, I really appreciate him for that, and it was really fun to see him. And obviously I was gonna come no matter what, but I'm really happy I came. I'm really happy I saw him, and I'm definitely super excited I get to do it a second time because I think if I had only done one show I'd be really sad. But yeah, that's really my thoughts about everything so far. I think the rest of the day I'm just gonna get some work done and I'm just exhausted. I'm gonna go to bed early. I think I want to get over there at like 8 o'clock tomorrow. I'm gonna see what the path looks like because I've heard downtown Dallas can be a little scary to walk by yourself, but I definitely want to get there kind of early because somebody on Twitter was saying for the Houston show that a couple of people showed up at like 1 or 2 a.m. and then a lot of people started showing up during 7 or 8 o'clock. So I think my goal is like 7:30, 8 o'clock to get over there and just see what the vibes are like, see like what's going on over there. And then I'm supposed to hold a spot for Mads, and then the cup sleeve host from today, she sent me her information in case because yesterday they were letting us like save spots for other people, and it was just me and Addison, so we were just both like, it's just the 2 of us. But they did ask if we were like saving spots for anybody else, and like there was anybody else in our group. That's all I have to say for right now. I'm super grateful. Also, I had a couple people recognize me, which was always really nice to see other Monbebe and meet other Monbebe. So that was really nice. And there were people I had met at the cup sleeve the day before that were at the concert, obviously. So that was fun too. Interested to see what tomorrow brings. I know that the person who did the line in Houston said she wasn't gonna do it again in Dallas. I really liked the way she did it though. I really wish she was doing it again. I really wish we had that. But I think she's going to the concert. She's just like not doing it again. So We'll see. Maybe she changed her mind after yesterday. But anyways, that is it for my little chat right now. I have to charge my phone. I'm gonna get some work done. I think I'm gonna order some food tonight. That's it. Good morning. It is day 2 of Changkyun concerts, and we are getting ready because Mads is gonna be here in 5 minutes to pick us up, you and me. They're gonna pick us up together and we're gonna go to the concert. But yeah, so it's 8:30. It's 8 o'clock right now, actually, and I am kind of ready for the day. I just put on some basic makeup and like I put on my outfit. I'll show you in a second. But we're just worried about the line. So we're gonna go over. Mad said that she hadn't finished her makeup yet either. And I was like, we can always come back to my hotel room and like fix it later. Also, I know from Houston the other day that my makeup's gonna sweat off anyway. So I literally just have some like sunscreen and tinted moisturizer on. And I did my eyebrows and mascara. And I guess I put a little eyeliner on, but that's gonna melt off. It's all gonna melt off. So we didn't try that hard. My hair did look crazy this morning, so I did fix that. But anyways, we're gonna go get some waters from downstairs, I think. Apparently people camped out last night. I was added to a group chat. My friend Rachel, saw her at the cup sleeve event yesterday. We ran into each other and she was like, oh, can you just text me like what the vibes are like tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, for sure. And then she texted me last night and was like, do you want to be added to a group chat? And I was like, yeah, for sure. So she adds me to the group chat, and in the group chat, somebody was like, oh, we just drove by and there's like 4 or 5 people camping. But they were like homeless people coming up to us in the car and like trying to, anyways. So it's just not super safe. And so Mads was like, do you want to walk over and meet me, or do you want me to pick you up? And I was like, I don't really know where I'm going, and it's still pretty early in the morning. So like, at least for this initial like going to the venue, like I'll be fine walking during the day. Obviously like I'm gonna try not to walk back alone at night. I'm gonna see if Mads can drop me off after the concert because she's driving. She said she's like 5 minutes away. So I gotta go downstairs. I'm gonna get a couple waters from the front desk, I think. Or at least one. I'm gonna get a water from the front desk. Matt said she brought some, but I was like, I'm gonna grab one, at least one. We're learning from Houston. We are learning from Houston. My makeup's gonna sweat off, so I'm not gonna try that hard this morning. I don't have any eyeshadow on. I don't have any highlighter on. I don't have any contour on. I don't have any of that on. We were not even gonna try, but we just look presentable enough to be out in person. But yeah, let me show you the outfit real quick. Okay, here's the fit for today. I did wear this to day 3 of KCON. Thank you for asking. But it's a great outfit. This jacket actually isn't as hot as you would think it is. It's actually a very, very light jacket. But without the jacket, the outfit does not look the same. So the goal for today is to wear the jacket for photos and very important things like for send-off later, but maybe not wear the jacket the whole day, because while it is not a hot jacket, it is still a long-sleeved clothing item, and I don't think I want to be in a long-sleeve clothing item all day. I still have combat boots on from the other day. I also, I'm not from here, so I didn't think that this would be a problem. Apparently this venue is cooler than the other venue though, like temperature wise. The other venue, people were saying like that it's usually pretty hot in there, but this venue people are saying is usually pretty good about keeping it cool. So maybe once we're inside we'll be okay, but for at least today, I'm just gonna see if I can leave this in Mads' car this morning and just go grab it like closer to the concert. But yeah, this is the look for today. I'm still wearing my Changkyun ring. I already had one of these earrings fall out this morning, so that's super fun. I was sending my friend a voice memo putting my shoes on, and my earring fell out. These earrings suck, but they're cute, so I want to wear them, but I just have to do an earring check all day today. Let's go get a water and let's go meet Mads. I'm excited for the show. Not excited to stand outside in the Texas heat again all day today. Maybe I should have gone to Toronto.
Can I just squeeze all these freebies in again?
Travis. Oh, yeah.
I miss my tripod. I can't believe I didn't bring it. I was under the impression that my little foldable travel tripod was in my concert bag because that's where it was during KCON LA. So I actually have no idea where she is. Anyways, hi. It's Monday morning and I feel like I've been hit by a train. I feel like I have so much to tell you, so many things yesterday. The last time we talked, I think, was right before I went to go over to the line at 8:30. Or Matt's picked me up at like 8:20, and then we got over to the line at 8:30, and the line leader was asleep. So it was a different line leader than Houston, but apparently she's been the line leader for like all the other stops so far. So anyways, she was still asleep, so we just like sat there for a while, and then she finally woke up and came over and gave us like our bracelets and everything. I was 57, maybe? I was trying to see if my bracelet was nearby. I don't know if it is. But yeah, we were like 56 or 57 or something like that, so a little better than Houston. Yeah, so then we were talking to the girl in front of us and her friend shows up. And so when we had one other person who was coming, we weren't able to save a spot for the other friend we were going to, but we were able to save a spot for one friend who was like on her way in the morning, because the line leader was like, if they're gonna show up in like 6 hours, like I'm not giving you a bracelet for them, which is valid. We're staying there for a while. And then we like weren't super prepared. Madison had said that she was gonna grab some stuff from her house to bring with her, and so I didn't really end up buying like a water bottle or anything before I left, and that was a mistake because yeah, she forgot all of her stuff too. So we were like, well, we're kind of screwed. I was like, I haven't had coffee yet or like any food today or anything. So we sat there till about like, I don't know, like 9:30, 9:45, something like that. And we were talking to the two girls in front of us, and we were like, hey, if we go get like coffee and breakfast, now that we all have our wristbands, and we come back and like switch out with you in like an hour, like let's go have breakfast and we'll come back in like an hour. Is that okay? And they were like, yeah, that's totally fine. Like we are good here. Everything's good. Yeah, go get some coffee, food, water, all that. So Madison and I go to this biscuit place because I'm like, I don't even know where to go around here, but there was a biscuit place that was nearby and they didn't really have any vegetarian options, but I got an egg and cheese biscuit. It wasn't really on the menu, but I was able to do it, so it was fine. So I did that, and then we got there at like 9:54, and we were like, should we get coffee and mimosas? And I was like, I mean, whatever's gonna get us through the day, right? Like it's gonna be a long day, it's gonna be a hot day, so like whatever. We couldn't order alcohol before 10 o'clock, and so we sat and we had our coffee and our biscuits, and then after that I was like, I'm still like a little hungry, and like what if we got mimosas and like some tater tots or something? So we had a couple tater tots and mimosas as well. And we got like big cups for water, so we filled that up with like ice and water before we left, and we finished our coffee and mimosas and everything. And so then we went back over. We switched out with the two friends that were in front of us. They went to go have breakfast. They were like, where did you guys go? Like, was it good? And we were like, yeah, it was really good. It was really quick. Like, it was kind of one of those places where you like order food and then they bring it to your table kind of thing. But it was really good. I mean, I thought it was delicious. Anyways, so we sat there for a few more hours while the other girls were gone, and then they came back, and it was getting so hot. It was probably like 11:30, 12 o'clock at this point, and it was just so hot all day long. Like I know that doesn't even begin to describe like how awful the heat was, the Texas heat was, but if you've ever been to Texas in August, it's just like unbearably hot. Like it's just so incredibly hot. The five of us were all there because Madison's other friend had shown up during the time, like right when we got back from breakfast, she showed up. So we gave her wristband, and we were sitting there and we were like, when do we want to go like get ready for the concert? And so we decided to leave at like 1 o'clock and go to the hotel and just like get out of the sun for a minute and just like change and freshen up and everything. So we did that, and then we got back there around 3, switched out with the other girlies, and then Madison had parked like a block away, like her mom's car, because her car is not here, like her mom just lives here. And so she had her mom's car, and so we parked it, or she parked it like a block away from from the venue. And we took turns going in and out of her car because the AC, and like blasting the AC, because it was just so hot. Like there was just like I literally felt like my makeup was melting off my face after being in the sun for like 15 minutes. Like it was just so bad. It was so incredibly hot. People were really understanding of people needing to leave and get water and everything. And during my first rotation to go to the car, I went up to go fill up my bottle with water because the water was really cold. They were bringing out like those canisters that you see at like football games. The venue staff were bringing those out for us all day, which was so amazing. Also, Ice Spice was performing next door, so her fans started walking by probably around like 4 or 5 o'clock. To go to the other side, and so they tried to like consolidate us a little bit because there were so many like Mombabe there, and this was just the VIP line that was kind of overlapping with the Ice Spice line. Like there was a whole other regular GA line that was across the street. There were so many people there. It was a sold out. Well, I don't know if it was completely sold out, but I don't know how many more people we could have fit in that venue. So it was really funny because Monbebe were all dressed in like blacks and reds and like purple, like, you know, like the Monstex IM colors. So during my first rotation to go to the car, there was another girl who was filling up her water bottle when I went up there, and she was like, hey, did you hear that rumor that they're going to let us in at 4:30? And I was like, I have not, but I have only been back for like an hour. She was like, yeah, when they consolidated the line, like they told us about that. And I was like, yeah, I wasn't here when they consolidated the line, and the people that were here in my group, like they went back to the hotel to get changed and ready and everything. But I don't know if there's any validity to that, but I certainly can ask around because I was in like a couple group chats. And so I messaged the group chats and I was like, did anybody know anything about this like 4:30 thing, that they were going to start handing out the official VIP wristbands, and checking IDs and everything? And everyone was like, I don't know, like maybe there were some mumblings of that. So I went to the car, and the third person in our group, Lily, she was in the car at the time, and so I was switching out with her, or I was switching out with Madison, but there were 2 people in the car. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Point is that I go in the car and I'm like, hey, have you heard anything about this? And she was like, no. And so I messaged the group chats while I was sitting in the AC in the car, which felt so nice. It was so hot outside. I know I keep saying that, but it was just so hot. I don't know how people camped overnight, because when we got out the venue at 11 o'clock, it was still like 88 degrees outside. Like, I don't know how people camped overnight. I was not going to camp overnight. I got there at 8:30 after sleeping in that hotel bed all night. Anyways, they do finally start checking us at like 5 o'clock, which is fine. Like, we all got back, and I texted everybody and was like, hey, like, just so you know, like, there's this rumor going around. I don't know if there's any truth to it or not, but like, yeah, so at 5 o'clock, the truth ended up being that they just wanted to get us in as soon as possible. They were like, we're just going to try to get you inside because it's so hot out here and you guys have been out here all day. Like, we're going to try to just get you in as soon as possible. Also, the Ice Spice fans are trying to line up for their line, and there's just too many people around this block here. That being said, it was a pretty dangerous area. So if you're ever coming to this area, I highly would recommend coming with somebody else or only being here during the daytime, because even during the daytime, there were a couple times where I was walking like back to the car by myself, that like, yeah, it was just not a very safe area. So anyways, they let us in, and unlike the Houston venue, because all day I was terrified that this venue was going to be hot like Houston, because Houston was just the venue was just so miserable. It just couldn't get cool enough to keep the Texas heat out, and so it was just so bad. But as we were walking up, we walked by like the box office, and you know how the box office has like those little places where they'll like put the tickets under, and you can like put your card under, like those little openings there. I could feel the AC blasting through those, and it was so cold. And we got inside, and it was so nice. And you can tell that Changkyun like even noticed the temperature difference compared to Houston, because he just kept complaining about the heat. Or mentioning the heat, not really complaining, but just like mentioning the heat when we were in Houston. And he was just like, oh my gosh, it actually feels okay in here, right? Like that was one of the first things he said, and so many people were from Houston too. So we were like, yeah, it actually feels really good in here. So we get in and we ended up being about the same spot as last time, which was honestly fine by me. I just didn't want to be any further back than like 4th row. So it honestly worked out fine. I was pretty happy with our spot. I think the other 2 girls in front of us ended up like on the other side of the stage, and then people like moved back or whatever, and they ended up getting like 3rd row. So I mean, like 3rd, 4th row, honestly fine. So yeah, like I said, it was much cooler in there. So we got in there and it was me, Lily, and Madison, and Lily was like, I think I want to get merch. And I was like, I mean, I was gonna get merch after the show because in Dallas they had it for, or in Houston rather, they had it for like ever. Like they had the merch out forever. But I mean, there's not that many people now. And so she ran and got a t-shirt. She was like, there's literally nobody in line. Like I would go right now. And so I was like, okay. So I asked Madison, like, do you want anything? And she was like, I want a hoodie. And I was like, okay, me too, cool. I also got a t-shirt because I love concert t-shirts. So, but yeah, so she was like, do you want to go get merch? And I was like, yeah. And so I turned to the people behind me. I was like, I will be right back. I'm just going to go get merch. And everybody was like, that's fine. Like, that's totally cool. I went, got my merch, came right back. I got like water at the bar, and then I came back, and then we did this thing where we passed water out again, which was really helpful. Like I said, it was much cooler in there again. So it just felt like an overall better environment. And I feel like the crowd was just in a better mood too, because we had been outside all day and it was so hot. And it was finally like, we were finally in AC, and it wasn't like in Houston where we got inside and it was still hot. And we were like, oh my gosh, we have to spend another like 4 hours in this building where it's hot. Like at least we were in a place that it was cool finally. He did sound check. He did 3 different songs at sound check yesterday, which was really interesting actually, because I just had assumed that he was going to do the same 3 songs at all of his stops for soundcheck, but he ended up sound checking different songs, which was exciting. I'm not sure if he's doing different songs at every venue or if he just did it because they were 2 Texas stops and he was like, there's probably a lot of overlap from fans. But yeah, he was really, really good. He had lots of energy. The crowd was so like hyping him up so much. He was just, it was just so much fun. And then the venue we were in was definitely a different kind of, like it was just a big room essentially. Houston, there was like a bar, and then there was like a little other area under the bar, and there was like a balcony in Houston. And this venue definitely was smaller. So I was like, how are they gonna do send-off successfully? So they ended up doing send-off where they put us in a big circle. And let me tell you that Changkyun's manager and his security guard were stressing. They looked so stressed. I saw them like trying to plan out what they were gonna do. And I was just like, has nobody thought about this up until this point? It ended up being where it was like 3 or 4 people thick. That being said, I did end up getting barricade again. I was talking to the girlie who hosted the Houston Cup Sleeve event, because she came up to me. She's also a Wano alt, and she's also like loved Monstex since No Mercy, like stan them since No Mercy. And so we bonded over that in Houston, and then she came up to me in Dallas, and we walked back to the hotel at 1 o'clock because she was going back. She was in the same hotel, and so we just like spent the day hanging out together, like on and off. And then she came up to me, she was like, we need to take a photo together. And I was like, yes, and if Wano goes on tour, like I definitely am gonna go, so like we'll see each other on Wano's tour. And she was like, I know, it's like 9 days, it's 8 days now, 8 days until Wano comes back. So she was just like, it's just so exciting to meet like another OG like Mon Bebe. And I was like, same, literally there are like so few of us left, like there's so few of us, and especially international fans. So yeah, it was really fun to meet her. So we were taking a photo, and then they kind of like pushed us into like the front of the line. They just kept telling us to like back up. And so we ended up being like in barricade. But they put these barricades in front of us, which wasn't a thing in Houston. And that just made everything much more difficult. And I like couldn't lean over far enough to like get us super close in the picture. So that was kind of a shame. But I mean, I'm just grateful to have even gotten a photo, because I know so many people, like I saw a couple of my friends who were in like the other side of the circle get like pushed back at the last second and weren't able to get like a photo or anything with him. Went pretty quickly like around the circle compared to like Houston. I feel like he went a lot slower in Houston. And Houston was kind of sad because Houston was fun because everybody was like in the front of the row. Like I don't think there were really any areas where it was like 2 people deep really. But also I was under the bar, so I really couldn't see. The show was really, really fun. I had a really, really good time. I posted this on Twitter, but I have been so stressed out the past month because of work and everything. There's just a lot happening right now at work, and so it's been super stressful. And so I kind of came into this weekend like, oh, it's really a bad time for me to go out of town. Like, I really shouldn't be going out of town. Like, I really should be staying here. And just like, I just have so much like going on right now too. I was like, this is just like not ideal timing for me to go out of town, but I'm so glad that I came. I really, really am, and I'm just so grateful to exist at the same time as Monsta X. I just love all of them so much, and I love Changkyun. He did amazing. He is so talented, so incredibly talented, and I'm so grateful for him. And I know that this past year has been like really rough for all of us. Like, we have just gone through so many goodbyes and enlistments, and now we're finally getting towards that time. Like, obviously Wano is not in Monsta X anymore, but Wano comes back in 9 days, or 8 days rather, and then we have Minhyuk coming back in October, and then we have Juhan and Kihyun and Hyungwon all coming back in the first half of next year. Yeah, I'm just really grateful for Monsta X. Always, I'm really grateful to have been able to see them as many times as I have, and I've stayed them for as long as I have. Like, I'm so grateful for them always. I'm just so proud of them. I'm so proud of Changkyun for this tour. It's not over yet, but like, it's over for me, but like, he's just doing so amazing. I also got to try out the new Mondingi this weekend for the first time. There's a lot of buttons on this thing. Did I take my batteries out? Yeah, I took my batteries out. Okay, good. I was like, I think I did that when I got back. Oh my gosh, I got back and I was literally starving because the only thing I ate all day was that biscuit. And we got into the venue and I was like, now that I'm not like sweating and feel overheated, I'm like actually starving. And this was at literally sound check. I was like, I'm like starving. And I got back and I bought a very overpriced bottle of water and a bag of chips for my hotel lobby, and I was like, can you just put it on my room? I don't even want to know what it costs. I don't even want to know what it costs. Just put it on my room. This is just survival at this point. And then I went to breakfast this morning and I got like a waffle and some eggs. The waffle was shaped like Texas. I was pouring the waffle batter in because it was one of those ones that you like pour waffle batter in. I'm also not a waffle person. I don't know why I was like craving a waffle. Maybe I just was craving carbohydrates. I don't know, as a recovery day. But yeah, I was like pouring it in and I was like, this is such an odd shape for a waffle. And then I took it out and I was like, oh, it's Texas shaped. What a funny state Texas is. What a funny state. Anyways, I'm really happy to go back to North Carolina. I had a good time here. I'm really happy. I met so many people this weekend and I got to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while, which was really fun. It's just going to be so nice to have them all back and to be able to do things like this more regularly and go to tours more regularly for them. And like, I don't know. Also, I just need a concert CD or concert DVD or something, because I was listening to the set list this morning while I was in the shower and I was like, the songs are so good. His music is so good. However, I need the live band versions. Like, I just keep watching my fan cams because I'm like, this is the live band versions of these songs. But yeah, also my one thing I didn't do in Houston was I didn't record Goddamn. I did record Goddamn, but I recorded it in slow motion accidentally. My like finger slipped and switched to the slow-mo camera. So I got to record Goddamn again. But will I ever see that song in its entirety? I have no idea, because during the No Limit tour, he only did half the song, and he only did half the song for this tour too. The Starship, why did you only give him rights to the first verse of that song? But yeah, I'm gonna head home here in a little bit. I have to finish packing my bag. I don't know if you can really see my suitcase, but it's just like a big pile of everything right now. This was exactly what the doctor ordered. Like, I just feel so mentally like refreshed. I don't even know if that's the right way to say that, but like, I just feel like so much like calmer and happier, and like just, you know, like all of the stress is just like whatever now. Like, I had work text me this morning and I was like, it's like everything's fine, like everything's okay. So I'm really grateful for this tour, for that as well, because I bought these tickets so long ago. I bought them back in like March and I just didn't even know what August Carolyn was going to be going through. But yeah, I would have hated missing this tour. I would have really hated it. So obviously I had to come. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.